Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Car Lot Confessions. I am your host, Frank Fanzoni. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me tonight, this Tuesday, July 30th. So happy that it's here. I'm excited. Another wonderful show is here for Car Lot Confessions. Hopefully, you guys are excited to be here, too. Looking to have a great show. We got a lot of content to cover tonight. This is the one thing I look forward to all week. So hopefully you guys are here to help enjoy. This is a show that I host, but it's for you. And that the more that become part of the show, the better the show is. So as we're waiting for a few people to jump on here and get this show started for tonight, if you could go ahead and make sure that you like and follow Car Lot Confessions page. And also, while you're here viewing the show, make sure you go up into the upper right-hand corner there. Click on the plus sign for a person and invite a friend. Have them come see the show. The more people we have on, the better the show is. So I'd really appreciate it if you could do that. It always makes the show better. But super happy that everybody will be here. Can't wait to get the show going. Again, this is what I do love. Let's talk about T-shirts real quick. I'm wearing my T-shirt that I got for Father's Day. It is Dad Joke Loading. I get a lot of compliments on this shirt. If you guys have a shirt or something that you'd like to have advertised or a show that you want to see on a live taping of Car Lot Confessions, please feel free to send me a message. Let me know if you're interested in sending a shirt, and I'll be happy to go ahead and wear one for a live taping of Car Lot Confessions. So let me know if you guys do. Don't hesitate to send me a message. I'd be happy to promote your shirt. So if you guys like the shirt, let me know. Give me a thumbs up or a comment in the chat as well. This is one of my favorite shirts. It's a very soft shirt, and I do get a lot of compliments on this one. All right, so with that said, we can go ahead and get started here. Hopefully a couple more people will jump on. But as well, remember, hey, real quick, couple housekeeping things. We are on YouTube now as well. You can find past episodes, including the pilot episode, is up on YouTube. Every episode that's ever aired of Car Lot Confessions is on YouTube, including this one will be on YouTube as well. After we're done going live. If you guys want, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can find that on the Facebook page for Car Lot Confessions. So with that said, let's go ahead and get the show started. I'm excited for the show. Hopefully you guys are too. I don't want to hear no crickets tonight in the chat, so make sure that's not the case. Ulyssa's on with us tonight as well. She's joined the show. Hello, Ulyssa. Thanks for jumping on. So glad that you could come. First time being a part of the show. I hope you enjoy it. So yeah, this is Car Lot Confessions. So hopefully you enjoy the show. Try to stay the whole time. Got a lot of content to cover, and I can see you in chat, which means you're part of the show. So let's start off tonight, as we always do, talking about the poll question of the week and our poll question from last week. Our poll question that was up last week on July 17th, there was a fact that went along with it. July 17, 2002, the second generation iPod was released to the public. Actually, that is old. That's an old one. Actually, we did the Ford one. The Ford question, or Chevy, was the question of the week. In 1903, Ford Motor Company sold its first automobile, the Model A, and most people that preferred the Ford over Chevy. 75% over 25% were the votes. We had 12 votes on that one, so come on, guys, you need to start coming and doing those votes a little more. So that was last week's poll. This week's poll, we have a simple age-old question: McDonald's or Burger King? I did see that fact that came up, which made me think of this poll for the show. McDonald's is the #1 toy supplier in the world. Can you believe that? And they give them out for free. What does that tell you? Another fun fact, though, real quick, don't want to favor McDonald's. Burger King actually released a cologne called Flame that featured the scent of flame-broiled meat. Now, I don't know if there's anybody who would actually appreciate that or think that's delicious or is attracted to that, but maybe there is. You know, I was a cook for a while, and I came home smelling like meat. I don't think my wife appreciated that, so probably why the cologne's not existent anymore. Anyways, I just thought that was a funny fun fact as well. But go ahead and log on to the page. Make sure you guys go ahead and do the poll for me. We'll review that next week like we do every week. Do you prefer McDonald's or Burger King? And on my initial review, as we posted it earlier tonight, that McDonald's is currently winning. So if you're Burger King people, make sure you go vote. So that is the poll question of the night. Let me know what you guys think about that poll question tonight. Make sure you guys go do it, okay? That'll be up for the rest of the week, too. So if you don't want to switch off right now, that's totally fine. Go back to Car Lot Confessions, and you can do that then. But please, make sure you guys. All right. So with the poll questions covered now, what I would like to get to, and this is the good segment of the show that I posted here on Monday that we do every week. It's called In the News. This week in the news, there was an article I posted. It was titled American Brothers Successfully Save Irish Girl who was swept out to sea in serendipitous twist of fate. So this happened out in Ireland. If you guys read the article, it was a very good article. Again, another short one for you guys. Now, I'm not trying to make you guys read a ton, but it was a nice short article. And what I got out of this was that you can be the change at any time. So as I read this and I thought about it and I looked at it and I thought, first of all, it was a really great article. It is just proof that anywhere at any time you can make that choice to be the change. You can help somebody, save somebody. I mean, a daughter and her father were saved by people that didn't even live in their country. It just so happened for them to be there. Now, we've had plenty of stories on the show about, people stepping up and helping strangers. Remember the story about my watch when we were in Mexico about, how they went and found it and dove down and got it for me out of the water. And I didn't know them. And it can happen anywhere in foreign countries, at home, at the grocery store, at libraries. The thing is there's always times and places we can help. And as long as we have the right mentality to do so and the desire and want to be able to help, we can. And that's part of what being the change is about. So that's what I felt like was so good about this article was they took it upon themselves to help someone in need. When you see someone in need, more often than not, you'll find people will be hesitant. They'll be reluctant to help because they don't want to get involved. That's what we're trying to change here. We're trying to change and be that change to want to help one another. We really should be lifting one another up. Helping someone can happen anytime, any place, anywhere. Hence the title of the show tonight. Anytime, anywhere. Too often or not, though, again, we hesitate to help others because we are too worried or afraid to get involved. Too many people are getting sued these days. My worry is, and my thought, so these boys helped this young girl and father, right, in the article. What they did is they swam out and got her. They were good swimmers, thankfully. Hopefully they didn't put themselves in danger. Now, the father, who put on a life vest and did this, put himself in danger. He wasn't strong enough to get to her and get back. So the boys helped them both, which was so great. Oh, my goodness. I mean, one of my biggest fears is to drown. I can fully admit that. There's a confession for you for the night. But to be able to help someone confidently, and they did put themselves in danger, and I appreciate that they did, I guess, because they saved a life. But let me know what you guys think who are in chat and on the show. What do you guys think? Was it a smart move or a bad move? Now, that's not the question of the night. We'll get to that. But I'm kind of a flip-flop on this. I mean, I'm glad they helped. Clearly, they saved lives, and that was key. But I know a lot of people out of fear and hesitation will not do that. And again, we talked about fear last week on the show. But let me know what you guys think. This resonated me with, though, because one of the things that I've noticed in here, so we broadcast from Michigan. We have the Great Lakes. We're the Great Lakes state. We've been seeing in the news right now that there is the drownings in the Great Lakes of Michigan or around Michigan here in Canada are up 80% already at this year compared to last year. There's a lot more drownings going on. And this is something that people here in Michigan definitely need to know. But it raised that awareness as well, is that it is summertime. It's a great time to go to the water, go to the beach, go to the lake, no matter where you're viewing this from. Hopefully you have access somewhere to swim when it's warm. It's one of the best things to do in the summer. But you want to make sure that you're always watching and you're aware of the dangers in the waters that are around you. And like I said, here in Michigan, the death toll of drownings is up 80% compared to last year. That is a ton more. And that's so many lives have already been lost because they weren't aware of their surroundings. Part of being the change, I think, is being aware of your surroundings and being aware of the people around you who may need help. Safety is always key. So let me know what you guys think in regards to that. Was it a smart move for them to do this? I mean, they saved lives, which was the key. That was the point, because they probably would have, the daughter and father probably would have drowned if they didn't. But they put themselves in danger, which sometimes we have to do. Now, I'm not telling anybody on the show here to do that. Don't put yourself in danger. What I do like is the boys thought about helping before they were worried about anything else. And to me, that's kind of the key. That is what about being the change is all about. That's what Car Lot Confessions is all about. So let me know what you guys think. That I thought was it was a nice little article. And again, it resonated with me because I've been reading these stories about the drownings here in Michigan, and it's a really big deal. It was just a positive story. It was a nice positive story out of all the stories that I was looking at, and I look up news articles to see what would be best and how I can pull the positive out of which one. And you know what I saw why I did that is there's just so many news articles and stories out there, and what's in the news is just so sad and negative. It's on full display, and I understand that we need to be informed about the things that are going on around us. We need to know what's happening in this world to keep us safe, to keep us informed so we can do better, right? That's not how everything is organized or put forth by the media. In the media, basically, they just throw all this negative at you and try to get as many clicks and likes and views as possible. We need to be able to find a balance. I feel like we need to find a balance because it's not there. It surprised me, all the negative news articles you could find, but how hard it is to find positive ones. So with that being the case, guys, as well, if you're viewing this and you see this, I would love if you find a positive news article or something that you could think would be great to be issued or shown on the show of Car Lot Confessions. Please feel free to send it to me or post it to the page, and we can always talk about it, saying this would be great for the next episode. I would love to be able to feature a news article that you guys would like to see on the show. So feel free to post that on the Facebook page, or you can send me a message in private, and I'll be more than happy to take a look at the article. And if it's a great article, which I'm sure it would be, we'll go ahead and show it on the show. So I just want to put that out there, as I'm always open to new content from you guys. So if there's anything that you'd like to see featured, please do not hesitate to let me know. I'm happy to go ahead and have that on for you, okay? All right, so with that said, and where we're at in time, I just want to make sure that we stay on time tonight. A lot of things to cover. Let's go ahead and get into the question of the night. So that was the news article. Question of the night, though, and this is open to chat and everybody who's here. Have you ever done anything that saved a life or prevented anyone from getting hurt? Clearly, that's what these boys did. They saved a couple of lives by, making sure they went out and swam, got the girl that drifted so far out, helped save her father. It was a very split decision, I'm sure. And their whole goal there was to help save a life or save two lives or save, but have you ever done anything like that? And it can be big, it can be small, it can be anything like that. But if that's the case, even if you have, please feel free to put it on the chat. I can go ahead and I can read chat. So if you can, I greatly appreciate it. Go ahead and share your stories. But I have one that I'll share with you to kind of get you thinking. So a couple of years ago, my story about saving or helping save a life, I believe, I was driving to work early morning. It was in the wintertime. I was on the expressway. And so we were going really slow. And I was coming up a curve on the expressway, and I noticed that a car, it was a small truck, had slid off the road and hit the wall. And nobody was stopping to help, or there was no other cars around. It was a single car accident. And so something inside me told me, this is my chance. This is my time to be the change, to help. So I did. Something told me to stop and help this person. So I pulled over up in front of him a bit, this person, and I got out of the car, and on the expressway, mind you, in the middle of winter, it's freezing out. And I walked back to the car, and I noticed it's a younger kid, probably 18, 19 years old, male, who was in the accident, was sitting in the driver's seat, and he was actually bleeding. He must have hit his head in the accident. And he seemed a bit out of it. So I knocked on the window, and he rolled his window down, and I said, "Are you okay?" And he said, "Yeah, he was. He wasn't sure what was going on. I could tell he was a little dizzy." And I told him, "I'll call for you. I'll make the emergency call." So I called the ambulance, called 911, got everybody, got the things dispatched that I needed. And it was cold out, so I went back to my car to do so. And as I'm sitting there, I'm watching these cars drive past, right? Speed past me on the expressway, way too fast for the wintertime. And all I could think was, this is still a very dangerous situation. He was behind me, I was in front of him, and cars are still going by. And I thought, the best thing I could do is probably invite this gentleman into my car, one, where it's warmer, and two, where he's probably safer. Because all I could picture was a car coming around the curve and slamming right in the back of his car while we were waiting for emergency services. So I got out of my car, I went back to his car, I knocked on the window again, said, "I got emergency services coming for you, but why don't you come warm yourself up in my car and be, I think it'll be a little safer." So he agreed, and he came and he sat in my car, and we talked for a little bit, and I helped call, let him use my phone to call his dad. It was a kid actually coming home from college for the winter break. And we sat there for a little while. We were talking, and I just kept watching my rearview mirror. I just had that feeling that something was not good. Something bad was going to happen. And sure enough, someone come flying around that curve, didn't have enough time to move, and slammed right in the back of his truck. Bounced off his truck, hit the wall, came in, hit the back of my car, and then slid for maybe about another 125 yards, actually. It was very slippery out that day. I can't help but think that if I wouldn't have stopped, because I pictured it, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it in my gut. I knew something was going to happen. If I would not have had him come into my car, if I may not have stopped, could something of worse been happened? I don't know. But I do know I did the right thing that day. Now, I was late to work, and it was worth it, though, because I feel like I helped someone. And even though my car got hit, which I was frustrated about at the time, but I might have saved his life. I might have helped him, but that was part of being the change. So that's my story in regards to if you ever done anything to help save a life or prevent anyone from getting hurt. That's something I did. It'll always resonate with me. It'll always stay with me. That memory will. Something I really enjoyed and was happy that I could be there to help when no one else really seemed to. So that's my story, but I want to hear your guys' stories too. Hey, Dave. Hi, John. Thank you so much for being on. Glad you guys could be here. Super excited to have you on. Thank you. We've already gone over the poll for the night, so make sure you guys go back to the page and do that when you get a chance. We talked about the article that was posted in regards to the two boys who saved the daughter and father from drifting off to sea while they were in Ireland, and how you can help people at any time in any place. I just was recapping the question of the night for myself. Have you ever done anything that saved a life or prevented anyone from getting hurt? And I was just doing that. So I just told my story. I'd love to hear your guys' stories. So if you have a story for me, let me know. If there's ever been a time, please feel free to put it in chat. I can see chat, so it'd be great to hear from you. So come on. No more crickets in the chat, please. It's your guys' time to be part of the show. So go ahead and make sure you guys tell me your stories. Let me know what's going on. John chimes in, says he was a volunteer firefighter, so I'm sure he has plenty of stories to share in regards to times that he was able to be helpful, save a life, or prevent somebody from getting hurt. So that's nice to hear. Thank you, John, for volunteering your time. That is always a great thing to do. That is absolutely 100% about being the change. So thank you so much, sir, for chiming in on that. But let me know what you guys think about my story. Let me know what you guys think about the news article. Please feel free to chime in. Seems to be a little bit of a quiet night here on the show for chat-wise, so the more you guys can add, the better the show will be. But to me, this just goes to show, and again, like along with my story, anytime, any place. When I left my house that morning, I didn't think I would have to stop or I would be stopping to help someone. You never do. That's the thing about help. That's the thing about being able to be conscious about what's going on around you. So, we go. John chimes in as well. David saved his brother's life. Would love to hear that story. If you guys want to go ahead and put some details in the chat for me, I'll be happy to read it on air for you. So that way we can share it on the show. But that sounds really good. Again, it seems like a lot of people have some great stories in regards to helping and preventing and things like that, and I'd love to hear those. Those are always great things to lean back on. Think about a time where you were able to be helpful and change somebody else's life, things like that. So, but again, there's any time, any place you can help someone. It can be as easy as helping someone in a grocery store, getting something from up on a top shelf that they can't reach, or, helping the funny, people always say helping old ladies across the street is kind of a dying thing, but let me tell you, that's the kind of stuff that can really help protect someone, keep somebody safe, and change a life. Let me know what you guys think. John again chimes in. Thank you for adding details. He was choking and he saved him. So I'm assuming he gave him the Heimlich maneuver. Great job, Dave. That's absolutely fantastic. Scary moment, you react. Just like when I was on the expressway and I helped that kid, I had a gut feeling that something was going to happen. Something told me to help. Most of the time, I have a feeling fear shuts that off. We've had this discussion about fear before. And first of all, let me applaud you and Dave, John, and Dave for the things that you guys have done and how you guys have helped and saved lives. And thank you so much for doing so. But fear, we've talked about in the past and how it can control us. People don't get involved, and they're so quick to put their phones up and videotape things before they want to jump in and help. So the problem is, as well, is that media and having to capture media and instant news and getting the scoop on the story has gotten in the way a little bit of people helping each other. I've seen stories and viewed a lot of news articles in regards to things like this where cell phone footage is taken of fights and of things that are happening, yet the person thought about pulling out their phone and videoing it, but did they stop and think about getting involved and helping? Videoing things is not always helping things. And that's kind of how society is going these days. The first person that can get the scoop is going to get the most likes, the most views. Now, as a society, we can't be always thinking that way. Let's see. John said, fight or flight reaction. Either you run towards the fire or away. That is true. Fight or flight, 100%. And fear has a factor in that for fight or flight. It's a switch that goes on in your head, psychology, Psych 101. Totally agree. I know that one. The one that bothers me is the people that don't do either, but just want to capture it. Capture that on the film, capture it on the camera, be the first to report. What do you guys think about that? Let me know what you guys think. I see it a lot. I look at a lot of news articles before I decide which one I'm going to choose for the show. And I do see that a lot. I see a lot of people always wanting to get the scoop instead of wanting to help. Carlock Confessions is about being the change, about being that help. So it's great to hear that our community members here, like John and Dave, have taken upon themselves to do and be that change and be that help. So I applaud you guys again. Thank you so much. So let me know what you guys think. That's the topic of the night. Let's go ahead and keep things moving a little. I want to open it up to one of my favorite parts of the show. Now we are moving on to the open discussion and confessions time. This is also the time where you can ask for advice if you like, and I will go ahead and be more than happy to help you. But this is the open discussion time, and I want to bring up a topic that I think is super important, and I want to confess something as well. And I want to confess about being a better listener. I think we talked about this on the show once before, but it's recently come back up, and it's of its importance. Sorry, guys. And I wanted to touch on it again because I still need to be a better listener. I'm not listening well enough when it comes to just about all aspects of my life. Listening is one of those things that we all think we do well, but we don't. The truth is we really don't do it well. We kind of take it for granted. More often than not, we'll always be thinking about how we want to either respond or how we want to answer their question before they're done talking. We may want to move on to the next topic. That happens quite a bit too. With today's day and age, we'll have phones in our hands, distractions like TVs or Facebook or Instagram. Technology is becoming a bigger part of our lives, so it's taking up more parts of our lives. One of the things I've learned, though, is that with all this, we're not as good listeners as we should be. I need to be a better listener. I want to be a better listener for my friends and my family. I want to be a better listener for the community here at Car Lot Confessions. And I'm confessing that I need to do better. So one of the things and tips that I found about how to be a better listener is to try to listen to whoever you're listening to. And while doing so, as long as you're thinking about or planning that I need to tell someone about this conversation later, more often than not, you'll listen better. Looking for the details, wanting to remember the details. So that's a tip that you can do to be a better listener. Another tip you can do is keeping eye contact. I see a lot more often these days than before, is that eye contact can be more and more intimidating to people, it seems like. More often than not, we have a hard time keeping eye contact to who we're talking with or listening to. Again, we have distractions like cell phones or what's going on around us. And eye contact shows that you're listening, but not only that, it keeps you listening. So I need to do better at eye contact. That's one of the things I'm going to do. Summarizing what the person said so you know that you've listened to it well. They know you've listened to them. Also helps. But summarizing what they said will help. Asking questions, but only at the end of when they're speaking. Again, one of the things we do by not listening is are thinking of the questions we want to ask. So making sure that we're developing questions, but allowing them to finish is key. And then lastly, think about how you would want someone to listen to you. Try to mimic that when you're listening to others. Listening is one of these skills that we've kind of fell off of. We don't really do anymore. Especially with the up and coming of all the technology and the news and instant facts and instant information. We don't necessarily always listen to everything or everyone around us when they want our attention. Again, too often than not, cell phones and iPads and iPods and all of that kind of stuff get in the way. I'm going to try to do a better job. I need to do better. This is my confession this week. When someone wants to talk to me, I need to put my phone down, put it away. I'm going to stop worrying about Car Lot Confessions, stop worrying about my job, and focus on what it is they're telling me. I find myself a lot at work. I will do that. I will sit and actually type while others are talking. They're talking to me and I'm doing two things at one time. That's not good listening. And I need to do better. So that's my confession for the night. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any tips in regards to how I can be a better listener, I'd really appreciate that. That's one of the things I want to confess this week. That is my confession. If you guys have a confession or something that you guys would like to ask for advice on, or have anything that you would like to discuss about the show or that's been going on in your life the last week, please feel free to put it on in chat. I would look forward to reading it. We can share it with the Car Lot community here on the show. So that's part of the show right now. That's the segment we're in. I love this segment. I'm going to take a lap while they're doing this. This is a good time to take a lap so you guys can type. But I would really enjoy to hear if you guys have anything that's been bugging you or anything that you want or have questions on this week. I'm happy to help answer those. But let me know what you guys think about my confession this week. Again, I think we've talked about listening in the past, and listening is important. It is a really important part of life in general. And again, we take it for granted. We really, really do. I know that I do. I need to do a better job to listen to my friends and my coworkers, my family when they're talking to me. So if you guys have any tips for me, let me know. I think one of the biggest keys and one of the things I need to do for sure is just set my cell phone down. When somebody wants to talk, I need to give them my undivided attention. I don't always do that. And I think it would be extremely helpful for me and for the person that I know is trying to have my attention to know that they do have it. That, and I got to do it at work, to be honest with you. I got to be a better doing it at my day job. I'm always so worried about making sure that I'm helping everybody that sometimes I don't take the time that's necessary for the people that are right there. So let me know if you guys have any advice or anything that you guys would agree with. If you do agree with it, let me know. But any tips that you may have on being a better listener. All right, so let's go to chat real quick. Let's see. John chimes in. He says, I think it's a good thing to focus on. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do too. It's too easy to forget about listening because all the things that are going on around us. So I totally agree with you. Thank you. That's good points, John. Thanks for weighing in on that. I do appreciate that. That is very true. It is something good to focus on, and we don't focus on it enough, honestly, because, again, it's something that we think we do really well, but we don't do well because we don't ever work on what we can do to make it better. So to me, that's super important, and we should be doing those types of things. So thank you for weighing in. That's great. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. Anybody else, if you have anything else that you would like to add in regards to this, let me know, guys. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Again, I am here. I am listening, and this is a show for you guys to be able to be interactive with. So please feel free to add anything you'd like in regards to the topics as well. All right. Sorry, real quick. I had to fix my my sound effects because they, for some reason, decided to disappear. So they are here. Come on, guys. So let me know what you guys think. All right. Nice little applause for you, John. Thanks so much for weighing in. Hi, Renee. Thanks so much for joining the show. John says, try to repeat what they say or coordinate in conversation. That is a very good point and very good tip. If you're repeating what they're saying or you're planning on doing so, that is a good way of knowing that you are listening. They know you're listening. So that is great. Thank you so much. Nothing but mad love, brother. Nothing but mad love for you, too. Thank you so much, John, for being here and all your comments. It always makes our show better when you're here. So thank you so much. Renee, welcome back to the show. So glad that you could be on tonight. Thank you for being here. Mom has jumped on. Mom, thank you so much for being here as well. I applaud you all for coming. You guys always make the show better, so I am super glad that you guys are here. Thank you so much for coming. We are currently talking about the question of the night. Or, no, we are open discussion. We've already talked about the question of the night. Open discussion tonight, where I am talking about needing to be a better listener, and I'm asking for tips and things that you guys may think on how I can do so. All right. So let me know what you guys think. Again, open discussion. This is a time where you guys are able to tell me about things that have happened for you this week. Any confessions that you may have of your own that you're looking for advice on, or anything that you want to share that's positive, now's the time to put it in chat. We'll go ahead and make sure that it's part of the show. And I would love to hear about what you guys have going on. So please feel free to put that in there. But again, we were talking about me being a better listener. This is my confession for the week. I do need to do better. I need to do better at home. I need to do better at the office. I want to make sure that I'm giving people what I'm expecting or would want back in return. And again, that's part of being the change and Carlot Confessions. So let me know what you guys think. All right, we're moving to chat. Ulysses jumps in. Keeping eye contact while listening is super important, actually, because, again, being distracted will break that eye contact. So if you keep eye contact, that will stop you from being distracted. That's actually a really great point. Thank you so much for adding in. Renee stops in and says, definitely rephrase what they said. Limit distractions around you if possible. The number one distractions for everybody is this thing, I feel. To me, I feel like that thing distracts everyone no matter what's going on. So my number one is I'm going to start putting that thing away. I need to not necessarily worry about what's going on all the time with that and start worrying about what's going on with somebody who's actually conversing with me. And that happens. And I think that's just the way technology is finding its way of creeping in and making us a less sociable species in general. So let me know what you guys think about that. So while we're getting into that, and thank you guys for chiming in, I would like to keep the show moving. So we're going to move on to reviewing last week's challenge. Now, hopefully you guys saw last week's show. But last week's challenge was text your best friend 3 things that you are grateful for in regards to them. So we've done challenges like this in the past, but what I wanted to do was be specific for this one. Last week's challenge was, again, was to text your best friend, and we knew life was busy, but we don't always get the opportunity to tell our friends, especially their best friends, how grateful we are for them. We just automatically assume they know. So the challenge was to text your best friend 3 things that you were grateful for in regards to them. I did the challenge. I know Jared, who was here on the show last week, did the challenge real quick as well during then. But I did the challenge, and I texted my wife, and she texted me, which I thought was very cute. We are each other's best friends, of course. The thing is that I didn't get a text from anybody else. That's okay, though. No pity parties. No, I'm totally kidding. But hopefully you guys took on the challenge. Hopefully you guys did it. And I would love to hear what the reactions were of the people that you sent them to. It's funny because I think Kara and I both knew we were going to text each other anyways. But when we did, I was actually really just surprised in what we said to each other. So I'm going to share what I was texted, and then I'm going to share what I texted her. So Kara texted me and said, "You are my very best friend. I appreciate all the hard work you do, and you always support us, our family, and you love me." So that was her text to me, and I thought it was great, super heartwarming. I loved it. Fantastic. So I responded to her, and I said, "I love you. You are my best friend, and the 3 things I'm going to text you are the fact that you always support me and why I keep going. You are why I keep going, and the reason why I get up every single morning. Number 2 is that the heart that she has and the passion that she has for the people that she cares about and loves is what gives me hope every single day." And then the last thing I said for number 3 is her determination and her wits and brains on things. When she puts her heart to something, it is endless in her effort on how she goes to complete it, which also makes me know that she is strong, and it just absolutely inspires me. So that is what I text her. That was the challenge that we did. That's the challenge. I was going to post it, and then I decided maybe not. We'll just save it for the show. So that was last week's challenge. Let me know what you guys thought about last week's challenge, and if you did it, let me know in chat. I'd love to hear what you text your best friend. Please share it with us, because not only would your friend love to hear it, but I'd love to hear what you think about your best friend as well, because it's always great hearing about great people. These people are great for you for a reason. They're your best friends for a reason. So what are those reasons and why they're your best friends? So go ahead and let me know in chat. Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear it. Plus, it'll give me some more good ideas to be able to tell people as well. And for those qualities that we may not always point out, but we know are there. So that was last week's challenge. So let me know what you guys think about that. I look forward to seeing that in chat. So, all right, well, you guys got. Let's see if anybody's put anything. Nobody's put anything in chat yet, so you guys must be thinking about what you put. So with that being the case, then let's go ahead and drum roll. We'll go ahead and release this week's weekly challenge then. I really like this one. I'm really excited about this one. Hopefully you guys will do this one as well. This week's weekly challenge. Do something with someone special and make a short video of it. It can be a family member, a friend, a coworker, anybody that's special to you. It can be something small and fun or serious. It's up to you. But it can be simple. Simple is telling someone you love them, or something that you love about them, which is kind of about last week's challenge a little bit as well. It can also be something silly, like making funny faces at each other or telling a joke. It can be competitive. It can be like a game of horse in the driveway, or it can be even tossing a piece of paper into a wastebasket. It can be anything big or small, doesn't matter. The key here, though, is to do something with someone that you love that's quick and fun. And just film it real quick. Everybody's cell phones have video capabilities, so you guys can film it real quick. Once you do, I'd love to see you guys upload that to Car Lot Confessions page. I want to see people start to share with this community a little more about fun times and great things in their lives that they can share and share with others. Again, All this time we see all this negative media, negative news, negative influence in the media these days, just constantly bombarding us. What I'd like to see is Car Lot Confessions be a place where we can go and see positive things. Things that make us happy, things that uplift us. And the community is about that. That's what I love to see this community about. So I would appreciate it if you guys started to upload your videos and did that and shared that with others, because I know when you guys share, it makes me happy. I know reading your guys' comments, reading your text, seeing the things that you post on the Facebook page always brightens my day, and I'm sure it brightens others who visit the Car Lot Confessions page. So what I'm asking is that you upload either a short, it can be a 10-second video. It doesn't have to be long, but just something quick that you do with someone that you love, something fun, something silly, something serious if you want, as long as it's positive and uplifting. And I promise you I'll be posting our video as well. Let me know what you guys think about this week's challenge. That was it. Hopefully you guys liked it. I like the challenge. It's going to be a super fun one this week. Again, short video. You can shoot it with your cell phone. Doesn't have to be anything spectacular. It can be anything, as like I said, throwing waste paper in a waste paper basket. It can be making funny faces. It can be telling jokes. It can be scaring your kids or your mom or your dad or a coworker and getting their reaction on camera. Something fun and silly that makes people happy, though, and laugh. Not at anything's negative expense, but in a positive way. I would love to see that stuff posted on the Facebook page. And again, we will be reviewing this next week on the show. So if it's up there, we'll go ahead and talk about it, and we can go ahead and look at those and comment about those, and it always makes the show better when you guys do. So let me know what you guys think about this week's challenge. I think it's a great one. I'm looking forward to doing this one this week. And I might even, little teaser, might involve the family a little bit this week on camera. So let me know what you guys think, but I will upload that to the page as well. And again, you guys are have upload capabilities. So you guys can load your videos and pictures and things like that as well onto the Car Lot Confessions page. So, all right. So let me know what you guys think about this weekly challenge. It's a good one. It's exciting. I'm excited to do it. All right. So if you guys are there, go ahead and put a thumbs up in the chat. Again, I'd love to have as many people on the show as possible, so if you guys could share this video right now and get it out there. Let them know that you're here watching the show, Car Lot Confessions, currently live. I'd really appreciate it. Go in the upper right-hand corner, hit the share button, or at least invite a friend to the show so that way we can go ahead and continue to grow this Car Lot Communities page. Get more people involved so we can all collaboratively be the change. So let me know what you guys think. I applaud you. And I'm hoping you guys will do that for me. So go, I can see if you guys share the page. I would really appreciate it if you did, just so we can continue to grow this community and they know that you're about being the change and being positive. All right. So with that said, we can go to chat here. I'm going to take another lap. Let you guys go ahead and feel free to post for me. I know I'm going to do a couple of things here. I have so many ideas running through my mind for this week's weekly challenge. What kind of video I can post in regards to that. I love getting my family involved. I know you guys might have saw the last cooking challenge videos that I did. That was fun to be able to do and show from the Fans Only home. And I always do enjoy cooking. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And I would like to do maybe more of these types of challenges. So if you guys can think of any challenges that you would like to see have on the show or have brought up on the show so we can challenge the community, again, please feel free to send me a message. Let me know what you guys think in regards to challenges and things that can be done, and we will go ahead and feature them on the Car Lot Confessions show on a live episode here. You just got to let me know what you guys want to do. So the more you guys contribute, the better off things are going to be. I'm more than happy to continue to provide content, but the more you guys provide, the more you're part of the show, I think the better it's going to be for everybody, because you guys are smart. You're amazing people. I love every time you guys come in and join the show and what you contribute to it. This is a show for you, by you, and that's part of why I put that down too. I just host the show, but you guys really are what make this show so great, and without you, there is no show. So please continue to comment and share and be here and share it with your friends, and let them know we're on YouTube, and please continue to like and let everybody know. So if you guys could share this video right now, I'd greatly appreciate it. Let your friends know we're here, and we will continue to grow this page. So, you had to put the kids to bed. Well, good. I'm glad you put the kids to bed. That's awesome. That's always a good time. Give them a kiss from me, John. You're from Uncle Tank. I'm happy to send that love. So thank you so much for coming back. So glad you were here. And everybody else who's been on the show, thank you so much for being here tonight, guys. Again, Car Lot Confessions is something I love. It's a great place for positive news and positive energy to combat all the negativity that's out there. So let me know what you guys think about this week's challenge as well while you're there. Hopefully you guys will do it. All right, so with that, real quick, let's go ahead and do a quick recap. It's that time in the show where we can do a positive personal recap or reflection for the week or a positive quote. Excuse me, guys, a little dry tonight. All right, drum roll, please. All right, so this is a time where we're going to do in the show that I like. One of my favorite segments is the positive personal recap or reflection of the week or a positive quote for the week. This week, I have chosen a positive quote that resonated with me, and hopefully you guys will like it. Here is the quote. It is, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." Winston Churchill said that, and when I read this one, it just kind of struck me right in the heart. I'm going to read it again. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Last week on the show, we talked about how I was doubtful about this show and how, if it was growing or if it was going to be successful, and if we were going to touch enough people and make changes and things like that. And so when I read this quote this week about courage, and that's what, having courage to continue, and that's what counts. That resonated with me, and I thought it was a really important quote, and I'm so glad that I got this one this week, because I do want to be courageous and brave to keep this going. I would love to see this be successful and continue to change and help people's lives. We need a place for positive messages and positive feelings and positive news and people, and because there's so many, sorry guys, something in my eye. There's so many, I'm not crying, totally kidding. There's so many negative outlets out there right now in regards to media, and it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, it's in the news, it's on the radio, it's everywhere we go. We're constantly being bombarded by negative stuff, bad things that are happening around us. And again, I want us to stay educated. But you never see positive stories. You have to go digging for them. If you guys ever go try to find a positive story, they are hard to find. So, this quote really resonated with me, just to have the courage to continue, and that's what counts, is something that I'm going to listen to. Life has its ups and downs, and it's hard sometimes to remember that success is the end and failure won't kill us. Success is not the end. Failure won't kill us. But to always keep moving forward. To have courage and continue is important to remember, and keep pushing forward no matter what the outcomes are. There is no finish line. No matter how successful you are, you should always continue. Same with being the change. There's no being the change and saying, I'm done. I've done my good deed for the day. There is no limit in the amount of good, positive things we can do. There's no limit or cutoff line to say, I've done all I can. Failure isn't fatal. Every time we fail, we learn. Being courageous to move forward past our failures and continue to try to be successful is key. This quote really, really resonated with me, and I'm so glad I picked it for this week because it is important. Again, we get caught up in our day-to-day lives and how busy things are, and it's tough. It can beat us down from time to time. The decisions we've made, the places we're at, the job we're in may not always be what we thought it would be or what we'd like for it to be, but we must always continue to move forward. Finding things to make us happy, positive outcomes, doing positive things are things that we do to refill our tanks, to help others. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. Thank you so much. That is the quote for the week. Let me know what you guys think about that one. Let's see what John says. He says, keep fighting. It is a tear. No, it wasn't a tear. I think a bug flew in my eye. I'm dead serious. I think I got a bug in the eye, but that's okay. The show must go on. And John says, 1 foot in front of the other. Yes, that is so true. Got to keep pushing forward. No matter what we do, we should always be pushing forward. We do not want to stay still. We do not want to get stagnant. And constantly, there is no limit to the amount in which we can help ourselves and help each other at the same time. Being helpful and being the change is the key. And I want to make sure that you guys realize that there is not a quota to hit in regards to helping people. We just should be helping people. Let me know what you guys think about that. Feel free to chime in. Again, chat is open, so you guys can go ahead and tell me what you guys think. Again, a like and a share about this. If you guys like this quote, give me a thumbs up. I can't see it pop up through the show, so I can see it there if you guys like it, but let me know what you think. With that said, I will go ahead and give you guys a quick update. Again, I'm still scheduled to give blood on August 6th. That's coming up pretty quick. Super excited to do so. Again, I want to throw that out there to everybody as well who's in the state of Michigan. If you're not, that's okay, but think about it. We are currently still in a major blood shortage here in the state of Michigan, and I highly encourage everybody who views this, who has the abilities and capabilities to be able to go and donate blood, please do so. I'm going to go do my part. Again, I will probably film it. I will probably try to find a way to put it up or a picture of something of some sort, just because. But I want to go ahead and throw that. It's not the challenge for you guys as a weekly challenge, but just as a reoccurring type challenge. If you can help and donate blood to save a life, please do so. 1 donation can save up to 3 lives, actually. And so it is very important that we do that. And there is a major shortage, so I want to make sure that we are finding a way to help combat that. That's part of being the change. So, again, there's that update real quick for you in regards to that. I do plan on giving blood. So hopefully you guys will do that as well. And let me know what you guys think about that. But that's coming up. So make sure you guys stay on Car Lot Confessions page because you guys will see an update in regards to that. All right. So with that being said, I love it. Hopefully you guys do too. But it's been a pretty good show. That's pretty much it tonight. Not a lot of viewers on tonight, but I do appreciate the people that were here and that were able to contribute to the show with their comments and things. It's always important. Again, the show is always better when you guys are here. Let's do a quick recap of the show just so we can get everybody up to speed who kind of came in late. Again, the show this week. We did the poll question. Last week's poll question was either Ford or Chevy. Age-old question, Ford beat it out 75-25. Poll question of the night was McDonald's or Burger King. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. Right now, from what I quick view, McDonald's is leading. If you guys love McDonald's or Burger King, please make sure to get to the page and vote. We only had 12 votes last week. I'm hoping we can crush that by the number of votes this week. I'd love to get more people involved, so please go. It takes one quick second to make a vote. So go choose either McDonald's or Burger King. Big Mac or Whopper, I guess, right? All right, and then we covered the In the News story about the American brothers and how they successfully saved a girl and her father who were swept out to sea, and how it was important to make that choice and be the change. They got involved. They did not let fear get in the way, which was what was so great about that, and they were able to save lives. We then talked about the question of the night, which was, have you ever done anything to save a life or prevented anyone from getting hurt? I know we have a lot of first responders and people here that are on the show, which is always great. So have you ever done anything like that? I shared my story about when I helped somebody on the expressway when there was an accident, and something told me to do so, and I'll never forget it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that story of mine. I also had I had my own confession that was on the show tonight about being a better listener, how I need to be more successful at that, and I asked for tips in regards to how to be a better listener. And then we reviewed last week's challenge. We issued this week's challenge. And then we did our quote for the week. Again, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. So that is the show. That is what we did. That was the recap. Guys, real quick, I want to go ahead and make sure you guys realize, again, we are on YouTube. We're on YouTube. We are on Facebook. Make sure you guys are sharing that with your friends, and that way they're able to come join us as well and be a part of Car Lot Confessions, and we continue to grow this community. I love this show. I'm going to continue to stay courageous and continue to promote it. Hopefully you guys will help me do so, and as we continue to grow, we will all reap the successes of being the change. So, real quick, before we finish the show for the night, Renee said they took the kids to the fair tonight, so that's okay that you were late. We're just so happy you could jump on. Thank you so much for being here. I want to give a round of applause to Jave and John. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you guys for all your contributions. Yulissa, thanks for being part of the show. I hope you enjoyed the first show of Car Lot Confessions for you to be here. Such a pleasure having you on. And again, guys, thank you so much. It was a great show tonight, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you missed any part of it, you guys can always go and view it on YouTube and on Facebook. The episode will be on both places for you if you'd like to check it out. And again, do this week's weekly challenge. I'm excited about it. I'd love to see your guys' videos. I'll be posting mine here sometime before the next show. So you guys make sure you have the notifications button on so you know every time I go ahead and post, and of course when we go live. I'm your host, Frank Fanzoni. Thank you so much, guys, for being here tonight. Enjoy the rest of the night. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the summer. Please be safe if you're around open water. Michigan's having that issue, so please make sure you guys are safe. And remember, continue to be the change. Thanks again, guys. Thanks so much. Have a great night from Car Lot Confessions. We will see you next week. Thanks so much. Bye, everyone.